Hey everybody, it is I of Hypnosis Tarot, and on this evening we are about to do a reading for Taurus. I just previously did Scorpio, and if you're wondering when your reading is going to come up, I'm doing readings as oppositions. So Taurus and Scorpio are opposites on the astrological wheel, okay? So I've already done Scorpio, now we're doing Taurus. It's Scorpio season. Happy Earth Day to all the Scorpios. A happy half birthday to the Tauruses. So I've already shuffled, but there's a card that I want to clarify here. I've already shuffled. I'm using, oh my gosh, I can't remember the young lady's name, but this is just such an amazing deck, but we'll get into that a little later. She is a melanin rich artist. I just can't think of her name right now, but it's an amazing deck. But let me clarify this other card. Let me clarify this other card before we go ahead and get into the reading. So this one is this three of swords here. There's the three of swords here for. What is the three of swords here for Taurus? That is the three of swords here for Taurus. Oh, yes, the three of swords here for Taurus. Okay. All right. Hold on to your hard hats. All right, so let's start here. Because Taurus actually has a really sweet card, okay? Their first card that they're setting it off with. They have the Four of Wands. Now, if you know anything about tarot, you know this is a beautiful card. So this is, for one, it can be a moving card. It can be a celebration. It can be an action about actually meeting someone at a celebration of some sort. Wedding, baby shower, party, get together. Or this can be the coming together of two souls. So in this particular deck, we can see that this is a really sweet energy. This is a trusting energy with one another, right? And it's protected. We can see here in this particular deck that this relationship would seem to be protected, right? It would be divine. And it's easy, right? And then this is a matter of growth and passion and success within this relationship. Right? But I like to call it the moving card. I've seen many movements behind this card. But again, as I said, it can be just success within a relationship and taking the next step forward, or actually meeting an individual who's quite divine in your life, right? And lo and behold, we have the God of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to read this in two different ways. Because what can happen sometimes with tarot is we'll be doing a reading. It can be read for both men and women, what have you. So just bear with. So here, so we can say for the women, right? Potentially for the women. This can speak to meeting an actual earth sign individual. And earth signs are what? Or somebody that exudes earth sign energy. So earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus ladies, God help your soul if it's a Capricorn. That's a whole nother story. But this can also be the Taurus man considering his property, what he has. And he holds it dear to himself. So yes, even though he enjoys a good time, there's a lot that he's holding dear to himself. If this is for the Taurus woman, this could be about an individual that you meet who holds a lot of things dear to himself. Dare I even say, even though this person is very fruitful, right? They do want to grow. They do, because look, he's got all this growth around him. Fertility. He's got fruit being bared. You know, he's doing his thing. But you see how close he's holding that pentacle to his chest. So, there's that. The next card, which kind of throws this reading off a little bit, but then I did a clarifier. So the Three of Swords. Now, when we speak of the Three of Swords, this is heartbreak. Now, it's possible that whether you're a man or a woman and you're watching this video, that this could be what the other person has gone through. If you're a Taurus man or a Taurus woman, it could be what the other person has gone through or what you have gone through. There's been some heartache. But are you doing it to yourself? Are you reliving past memories? Because look, this main individual here, right? You see the snake at the top. So are you doing it to yourself? Right? Because when I clarify this card, you have the Nine of Wands. This is somebody who, whether it's a man or a woman, this is somebody who is very, what can I say? Not necessarily combative, but they can be. This is more of, in this particular deck, yeah, they do seem like they're that they are more action oriented, right? But they can be kind of combative. Like if you look in the Rider-Waite deck at this Nine of Wands, it's somebody who looks scared to death. They have their wand out. You know, they're basically pushing people away. Ultimately, they're pushing people away. But this individual seems like he's going into combat, but ultimately he can use his stick to kind of block. And then wands correlate with one of the things that they correlate with is creativity. And this could be creativity on many levels. It's just not like, oh, okay, you create something, a project or what have you. Could be creating relationships. Are you blocking them? Okay? So, that's something to be mindful of. Ultimately, what Taurus wants to strive for, what you need to strive for is take that energy. Because again, we're dealing with the wands here, that creativity, that fire energy, right? Instead of blocking things, move forward, but think about it in a balanced way. What works for both parties, right? What specifically would work for both parties? And are you being just in this particular situation? Are you being diplomatic? Are you considering the other person's feelings? There's that. Because there's a lot of communication that this fire energy can do, because this is the Knight of Rods. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sag. Okay? It doesn't mean that this person is a fire sign per se. They could just exude this energy, or this is a certain side of them, right? And they have a lot to say. But when they do say it, it's with that wand at hand, okay? But I want to say to Taurus, whether you're a woman, a man or a woman, both Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus, okay? And Venus is about sweet, personal magnetism, how we love, how we like to receive love, monies, all kinds of goodness, right? But ultimately what we're speaking of here is their success. This is speaking to success, fertility, grounding, building, planting seeds, spirituality, our passions. And the blue with the throat chakra. Being mindful of how you speak to others. Okay? That's going to be a big one. Speaking from the heart. But ultimately being diplomatic in the situation. All right? So there's that. So let's continue. Seven of Pentacles. This could be you or an individual that you're dealing with that is waiting for something to rain. Waiting for the growth, right? This could be something that's been planted from a long time. This could be what the Taurus sees for themselves, whether man or a woman. Okay, you've been planting previous seeds. You're ready to see some growth. For some, this is actual monies, all right? And then there's an Ace of Pentacles. There is a situation coming up. Now, this reading can shift. This reading is shifting. So, Seven of Pentacles. I like this card. I really do, because it's like everything that this individual has sown into, whether male or female, everything that they've sown, that they've given their energy to, they're ready to see it actually materialize in this realm. Then boom, we got the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles are gifts from the heavens. Anytime it's an ace, I say, from my experience, it is a gift from the heavens, right? And this could be a specific monetary gain, right? Or a time again to plant seed to grow more monetary gain, or to bask in the things that we love and value. So it's not always about monies, but however, you have the opportunity to have what you love and value. Now this goes deep. Yeah, because monies are good. We need money to sustain us, right? But also, what is it that you desire in conjunction with money? Because Taurus can really have this thing about material. I was having a conversation with somebody last night, and they have a Taurus child. Well, their child is in their early 20s, and they have to have these things to define them. And so we have to remember, ultimately, yes, money is good. However, don't forget about the matters of the soul, right? And what you actually value. So outside of your money and your gains, what is it that you desire? What lessons have you learned? Because now we have the Hierophant. And this could possibly speak to marriage for some. It can just be learning lessons for others. I don't want to say just be, but one of the paths can be learning, higher learning, philosophies, and or actually just learning the ways of life, right? And again, how to be balanced, how to treat others in relationship, what have you. How to not just go for the material, but to also consider the soul mission, right? And then we have, so there's some happiness here. I want to say for Taurus, this is minus this, I don't even want to say minus, because we have this Three of Swords here. You just have to get past this. And I think that this is something that comes up. It's not necessarily something that the partner is doing or the other people in the Taurus's life per se. This is a self-inflicted wound, is what I personally am getting from this reading. And not only that, maybe there's a couple people who are scattered who might have a third-party situation, but that is not the energy that I am pulling, that I'm gathering, that I'm feeling for this particular reading. I think this is more so, this is something that the person, they're going back in their mental, they're going back years, months, or whatever, and they're taking what they've been through before, comparing it to now, and it's creating chaos within the mind. Okay? So, yeah. New beginnings. Okay? So, you learn lessons. And if you haven't, here's the time to. Okay? About to have a new moon. November 4th in Scorpio. What does that mean? We need to go deeper. Okay? New moons. We need to have depth to what it is that we do. So when we talk about Scorpio and Taurus being opposite, they're oppositions, right? So naturally. So we're going to have the moon opposite Taurus's sun. Okay? And also the sun opposite, the sun is Scorpio opposite Taurus's sun. What is it that you need to shift? Look at Scorpio and watch how Scorpio moves. What adjustments do you have to make? And now, I'm not talking about on the surface Scorpios. I'm speaking to more of depth. And really what I keep hearing is going deeper. Taurus needs to go deeper within themselves, because material things, yeah, that's the surface. But what is it that you sincerely desire in your heart and in your soul? And that is something that's going to come up. It's going to be it's going to be in your face. November 4th, you're going to be feeling these things. What do you need to go deeper about? What do you need to kind of adjust within yourself? You know, because Taurus likes to show off. Scorpio is like, I really don't have to do too much. So maybe you want to take on that energy, Taurus, of, not feeling like you have to do too much and being more subtle, as the Scorpio is, right? So, anyways, then we have in the Afro Goddess Tarot, the Fool, new beginnings. So if you felt this previous energy of, you know what, I'm constantly on the move, I'm constantly focused on